I'd be a good head of student engagement because I'm passionate about student life at Solent. If I was elected to be head of student engagement, I would have regular meetings with society leaders as well as being available to talk to any students who have concerns about campus life at Solent. I want to be the next head of student engagement because I want to help bring you back to campus. If I was any dessert, I would be a chocolate chip cookie because I'm reliable.
I believe that I would be a good sabbatical officer due to the experience that I have. I've been president at Radio Sonar now for the last 2 years. In that time period, we've won multiple national awards and multiple union awards. The national awards being the first awards the station has won since 2014. As well as that, I've been a student trustee for the last year for the Students Union. These two things are huge in how useful a sabbatical officer can be. Why? Well, it's because I know how the SU works. I know how societies works. I know what it's like to be a student because I've done it for 4 years. And importantly, I've already got connections with the university and the SU. When a sabbatical officer comes in, it's always difficult trying to find their feet and sort of get about what they want to do in their time in the role. If you elect me to be your sabbatical officer, to be your next head of student engagement, that process will have already started because I'm already experienced in that skill set. As well as this, I believe a sabbatical officer should be the face of the Students' Union, and I am more than happy to be that spokesperson. Through all my experience with radio and through my experience of being on a film and TV course, I can talk to a camera and I can talk to people, and that is a really useful skill set to have dialogues with students, to have dialogues with staff, and to have dialogues with other stakeholders to make sure that students get the best experience possible from their university time. And it's all about having the correct sabbatical officers in the role to allow that to work. In my time as president at Radio Sonar this year and my time as the student trustee for the SU, in all the conversations we've had looking forward to the next academic year, I've always tried to bring up one thing, that this is a time for a reset for students at Solent University. What do I mean by that? Well, I have been a student at Solent for 4 years, and in that time period I've had multiple conversations with people about how the SU works and benefits me, because many of those don't think that the SU does benefit them. They think that maybe there should be a bar, or maybe there should be this, or maybe there should be that. And at the end of the day, the SU is there and it's trying its hardest, but it can be so much more. I will impact the student experience in 2021-2022 if elected by being the catalyst for that cultural change. In my time as the trustee, I've already pushed for it in multiple different project teams and groups. In my time as president of Radio Sonar, I've constantly pushed the SU to make the most of societies and to make the most of the connections the uni has to grow the student experience. For me, societies are a segue perfectly into employment. I really do believe that this is the perfect time to at least try change things within the SU, to try get students to care again, to try get students to evolve and react and socialise with us as a students' union. And if you vote for me, then we are one step closer to making that happen. I can't sit here and tell you that societies and students are going to have an amazing experience next year, because like many others, I don't know how the academic year is going to unfold over the next calendar year. What I can tell you is that if I'm elected into the role of head of student engagement, that I will work really closely with those societies and students to work out how that experience can be better for them. I believe that currently the SU doesn't have enough open and honest dialogues with societies. I think I am the right person to change that due to the experience I have within student radio, societies, and my conversations already on the board with the SU and the university. I think there are loads of basic things the SU doesn't do and could do to improve engagement and improve the experience, that if you elect me to the role, I will work my way through in order to achieve those goals. And that means that in the future there might be a stronger SU for the students. I see the 2021-2022 year as a building block for a stronger and more exciting future for Solent students that want to engage with their students' union. Whilst I've been at Radio Sonar, I have learned a lot. And in the time I've been president, I've always wanted to use that time in the role in order to give back to the students so they could potentially have the same experience too. The same applies for if I'm elected as head of student engagement. I would like to be that person that creates a stronger environment for students to engage with and in turn improve their university experience and help them push on to the next level. As I said before, I believe that societies are underutilised at Solent University, and I believe that societies can really benefit people in the long run in terms of employability, which is something that will be really important over the next few years for any graduates. So for me, what I want to achieve if I'm elected to be head of student engagement is making a difference to those areas to hopefully help more people and more exciting futures for students. If I could be a dessert, I would be a cheesecake. Now I know what you're thinking, why a cheesecake in a way that is a bit plain, but I would argue most people do like a cheesecake. I've never been to Cheesecake Factory in America, but I've only ever heard good things. I would argue they're also quite flexible in what they can offer someone. I believe that they're just all round generally quite solid, so I think just cheesecakes, they do the job that you want them to do, and in a way that's what I think a sabbatical office should do. They should do the job that students need them to do. So for me, cheesecake.